some of you already know, there was a breaking news story yesterday of another police shooting that occurred while the verdict was being given 2 days ago on the Derek Chauvin trial. There was another police shooting in Ohio, which is, of course, expected because we live in the United States of America, where police shootings are incredibly commonplace. Now, this was in Columbus, where Nicholas Reardon, a police officer, arrived on scene seeing a commotion and fatally shot and killed 16-year-old Ma'Khia Bryant. We talked about this yesterday. At the time, there wasn't a lot of information available beyond the 911 call, how chaotic it was. Cops immediately released the body camera footage, and Ma'Khia Bryant was 16 years old, but was carrying a knife and was in the process of stabbing someone. Cop rolls in thinking that he is stopping a stabbing because the call made to the police department was literally about, assault, potentially with a lethal weapon. And he rolled up and he shot someone who was literally in the process of stabbing. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning this and the reason why people got mad at me yesterday, I've talked about situations where, cops shoot people with knives many times, people with mental health problems, people holding knives, people even holding guns. And this is, from my point of view, as far as what I have seen, despite being an incredibly tragic situation, especially because a 16-year-old who is shot and killed by the police was a unfortunate misunderstanding, or rather, from the eyes of the cop, a situation where he thought that he was going to stop someone who is literally in the process of murdering someone. This is not as black and white as the way people claim it is. This is one of those instances where, cops are supposed to stop people from murdering one another. And that's why the cop got out. And was he murdering someone or not? Make up your mind. He shot and killed someone. He shot and killed a 16-year-old girl. The problem is that the 16-year-old girl was in the process of stabbing someone in front of the cop. As much as I want there to be non-lethal ways of dealing with this situation, it is a split-second decision in which, it's not the same as all these other situations in which cops have shot and killed people with knives, when there are significantly better ways of apprehending that suspect that is maybe presenting a threat to the cop himself or presenting a threat to others. But this was a split-second decision where a cop is literally making a choice to save someone else's life. Just because I'm defending this one instance where it is not as black and white as you would expect, and that cops are supposed to fucking protect people, does not change my opinion on policing and how fundamentally flawed it is in this country, or that cops shouldn't have guns to begin with. Anyway, I know that love to be like, oh, Hasan, you've changed, you love cops or whatever the but don't worry,
please do not
I don't. So LeBron saw this and said, "You're next." #accountability. Now, I don't agree with the situation. I think that, this guy might be a piece of shit. He might have even said Blue Lives Matter after the shooting. He's a fucking cop. I don't expect him to be a nice person in general. Let's be fucking real. Sorry to all the motherfuckers who think I'm actually pro cop or whatever, and you're here because I'm giving you a reasonable take on this. Does not change my opinion on ACAB or anything like that. There should still be accountability. First of all, if you fucking take your service weapon out and you fucking shoot someone, there should be accountability. There should, in every single circumstance, there should be a board that looks at this. There should be a civilian-led board that literally looks at this. So I have zero issues with LeBron James even saying this. It's very obvious what he's saying here is, not we're going to fucking kill you or whatever the fuck conservatives are trying to make it seem like he was saying. And people fucking lost their shit. The reason why people lost their shit is because here's a black man, very popular, who has, spoken out on an issue that he perceives is yet another instance of police brutality. So people are freaking the absolute fuck out. Let's watch what these psychopathic conservatives had to say.
Officials in Columbus,
okay, I can't fucking
Ohio, are calling for patience and due process following the police-involved shooting death of a teenage girl. It's a complicated case. The girl, Ma'Khia Bryant, was swinging a knife at another woman when police arrived at the scene, and the Ohio Bureau of Investigations has begun a probe. But LeBron James has no time for due process. He wants that cop's hide now. James tweeted out a picture of the officer to his nearly 50 million followers with a simple and direct message: "You're next." Senator Ted Cruz of Texas is here now to react. Senator Cruz.
Fuck! I'm sorry. I'm doing it again. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. I'm about to show you Ted Cruz's face. Sorry. There needs to be accountability for someone like myself. for routinely and consistently forgetting to give you a trigger warning before I show you Ted Cruz. Here is a Theodore Jebediah Cruz video.
What is your reaction to this tweet from LeBron James?
I'm sorry.
Well, you know, unfortunately, this is a pattern where the left consistently goes after, attacks, and demonizes police officers, and they do so often before the facts are known, often before there's any evidence of what happened. But their immediate reaction whenever there's an incident is the police officer's in the wrong, the police officer is the villain. In this instance, your next could certainly be interpreted.
Shut the fuck up, dude. These motherfuckers like, no, dude, it literally says hashtag accountability. Like, it literally says hashtag accountability, motherfucker. What does accountability mean? If it's your next, those two fucking words, and then the third word, like 33% of the fucking tweet is literally dedicated to what he means. But no, they have to make it seem like a scary black man, a big scary black man is saying that they want to murder cops. Fucking idiots, dude.
Interpreted by some even as a call for violence, and I think it was a grossly irresponsible.
And this is the fucking cowardly Ted Cruz saying it might be interpreted by some as a call for violence. Yeah, motherfucker. He can't even say it with his entire chest to be like, oh yeah, here is scary black man doing a call to action, a call for violence. Because even he recognizes that it's not as 100% clear cut. It's not at all, actually. It's not even remotely a call for violence. It's literally a call for accountability because it says hashtag accountability on the fucking tweet. And then he deleted the tweet, by the way.
To send out, and we've now seen the body cam footage from what occurred, and by any measure, it was a volatile situation. The woman who was killed was wielding a knife, was violent, appeared to be threatening the lives of others. It may well be on an investigation that this police officer saved the life of a potential victim of a knife attack, and we shouldn't jump to conclusions.
For the record here, like, this is the last still before she gets shot, so there is no blood on, it's not TOS. But like, she has a knife in her hand. You can't really tell from here, from this angle now, but you can tell it from the previous angle. But she has a knife in her hand, and she's literally trying to stab the other person.
There needs to be an investigation. Anytime there is a shooting that takes someone's life, it should be investigated. The facts should be determined, but the left doesn't care about the facts. They care about demonizing and attacking law enforcement, and I think it's wrong.
So the thing is, like, LeBron already deleted this tweet. Okay, he even apologized for saying that it was he didn't want to, I guess, heat up the conversation more, something along those lines. And sorry, but isn't asking for accountability a good thing? Absolutely is. I think even in this instance, the cop should get accountability. In any instance where you shoot and kill someone, a citizen, you should, even if that citizen literally has a gun, even if that citizen is pointing an actual weapon at you, you should still have accountability. Accountability is important to have in every single circumstance. That cop killed someone. You might think it was warranted. You might think it's one of the very, very, very few instances where, like, a police shooting someone is warranted. And even then, you can still advocate for accountability. Okay? What's accountability in this case? A civilian-led police department board of investigations will conduct an investigation into the shooting and declare it a legally justifiable one, most likely is what would happen in this situation. Anytime a gun is taken out and fired, there needs to be a good reason for it, okay? The issue with cops is that they think that it is justifiable use of force in literally nearly every single circumstance, when it's not.
Talking about this, and I know a lot of people are saying, well, you can't really cover it because LeBron took down his tweet. Sorry, the king. LeBron James claimed, by the way, back in the day, before he tweeted yesterday, basically a call to violence, tweeted that he didn't support...
A call to violence? What a pussy, dude. If what LeBron James is saying, if accountability seems like a fucking call to violence to you, then what the fuck is, like, actual acts of violence? Motherfucker, you recreated murder. You recreated a murder scene to try to justify the acts of Derek Chauvin against George Floyd, and you pussied out from, like, actually fucking recreating the scene because it made you uncomfortable and you were scared that you might die. Mind-boggling to me that, like, this same pussy is like, I can't believe a black person said hashtag accountability. That's literally murder.
The violence of the Black Lives
Maybe that's why he's a gun holster, because he's fucking afraid of a shadow, dude.
Matter riots. We covered it. Oh, well, that's nice. So let's go back to then.
I've never, in my 35 years, ever condoned violence.
Four score.
Never have.
And seven.
But I also know what's right.
Only black guys can do the Lincoln.
And I grew up in the inner city, in a black community, in what we call the hood. or the ghetto, however you want to picture
Grew up
it.
in Akron.
And I've seen a
ghetto's
lot
in
of
Akron.
counts firsthand of a lot of black people, being, I guess, racially profiled because of our color. But not one time have I ever said, let's act violent towards cops.
Until yesterday.
I just said that.
Till yesterday. Oh, God. These guys are such pathetic little bitches, dude. I'm sorry. Bro, listen. If you literally see a fucking black dude say, "You're next," hashtag accountability, like accountability is coming, just like it happened to Derek Chauvin, and you think, "Oh my God, this person is being scary. He's a scary black person." It is mind-boggling to me that you would dare wear like a fucking vest and like gun holsters on you and a fucking t-shirt that says "Fight Like Hell," and then be like, "Oh, I can't believe he wanted to do violence when he said accountability is gonna happen to the police." Unless you literally mean like accountability to the police is violence. You know what I mean? What the fuck, dude? You are such a fucking coward, dude. It blows my fucking mind how cowardly these Republicans are. They are such
What's going on
fucking babies, dude. I can't even get over it. Jesus
Community.
Christ.
Coach bought me a
Not
Hummer
okay.
and banged my mom.
And we fear for that, and we fear for our lives.
Yeah, that's what. And then what you didn't see is after that clip, he said, "I had my fingers crossed." Psych. Because yesterday he tweeted out, then removed it against the Columbus cop for what is this girl's name? Is it Ma'Khia? Ma'Khia?
I've heard Ma'Khia more than
the Columbus
Ma'Khia.
cop who rightfully, justifiably, as a matter of fact, I would say requiredly, if that's a word, shot Ma'Khia Bryant. I think it's
Bryant,
someone said Ma'Khia Brown, which is not correct. He posted this picture right here with this caption: "You're next."
Ominous.
Hashtag accountability. And he removed it. What's even funnier is afterwards he tweeted out like, "I am desperate for accountability." Yes, we are desperate for you to have to be accountable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, what did he say?
Desperate for accountability. Yes.
I'm so damn tired of seeing black people killed by the police. I took the tweet down because it's being used to create more hate. This isn't about one officer. It's about the entire system, and they're always used our words to create more racism. I'm so desperate for more accountability. Yeah, fair.
We are
totally
desperate
fair, reasonable fucking take.
for you to.
If you're mad at this shit, you're either a gigantic pussy or motivated by racism, and you want to fucking be like, "Here's another scary black man. I'm a strong person. That's why I got my holsters on. That's why, because I like to fight like hell. Also, oh no, you're such a scary black man. Oh, I'm Steven Crowder. You're so scary, black man."
have to you to be accountable.
Yes.
Yeah.
LeBron James. I'm so damn tired of seeing black people killed by police.
They're literally proving his points right now. What the fuck? Yeah, they're like, I am reading the tweet and also doing exactly what LeBron James has said that I would do. I am doing the expected thing that I'm supposed to do in this situation, which is be a fucking ginormous racist asshole.
took the tweet down because it's being used to create more hate. This isn't about one officer. It's about the entire system, and they always use our words to create more racism. So they use your racially divisive words to create more racism. I am so desperate for more accountability.
The irony is that, like, Steven Crowder literally fucking incites violence. He incited violence routinely during the election cycle, where he lied over and over again while he completely knew that he was fucking lying about Donald Trump losing the fucking election. And then guess what happened? Actual fucking riots, an insurrection at the Capitol, where cops died, as a matter of fact. So what the fuck, Steven Crowder? It's not like you were like, let's get accountability going. Let's set up a fucking board of investigations or some shit. You literally were just like doing that.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I think all of us are.
I think we all would like to see you not tweet out stuff like that either is a call to violence to a police officer who saved a black woman's life, by the way, or you're telling every other person out there, cops are going to shoot you next. Time is running out.
Right. Either way,
Either one is good.
There really is a terrible Paul Blarty picture, though, that they found of him. Like, he looks like he'd accidentally shoot a lot of people, not just on color.
And then
guys, I'm
segue
really
off
sorry.
a cliff.
Yeah, just
I couldn't get it to stop.
You look like you could trick him by painting a tunnel on a wall, and you go through it, and then he just segues in. Oh, shit.
he still doesn't hit the paint part, though.
Right next to it. I always miss.
So, yeah, we're talking about accountability, and this is the issue. It's not just hypocrisy. It's virtue signaling at the cost of innocent people. That's the issue.
Okay, this is pretty funny. I mean, this is like, it's not the hypocrisy, it's the virtue signaling at the cost of innocent people. Bitch, what do you do? Like, you're literally describing what you're doing currently. You are virtue signaling as you extrapolate something that is not there from a rather regular fucking tweet. What the fuck, dude? All right, I feel like every time Steven Crowder talks, he's just dunking on his previous self. But in this specific instance, it's like he's dunking on himself right now.
Issue that we have with LeBron James. What do I mean by that? Remember he refused to comment on the Hong Kong protests?
Yeah.
Right, this is the issue. He claimed that Rockets owner Daryl Morey, who tweeted...
16
Wait,
months
so now he's mad. LeBron James, a black American, speaks out against police brutality in what he perceives is an unjustifiable police murder yet again. Okay, during the process of the Derek Chauvin trial that's already occurring, says you're next, hashtag accountability. He's upset about that, but then he wants fucking him to turn around and have takes on like I don't know, foreign politics. What the fuck, dude? What is this? Like, how are you? What are you doing? You can't literally spend the first half of the video shitting on a black dude for matters that literally pertain to him and pertain to his family, matters that impact him and has impacted him his entire life, and get upset that he had a political opinion on that, but then turn around and be like, why is he not talking about Chinese police brutality?
Tweeted support for the Hong Kong protests. So the whole NBA, because they're trying to get into the market of China, said, well, don't do anything with Hong Kong. These are people who, by the way, were largely, a lot of them, peacefully protesting because they actually want things like being able.
Dude, okay, I'm losing it. You're bad for speaking out against police brutality as a black man. Why haven't you talked about Hong Kong? Wow, dude. Is it shut up and dribble, or is it like, why aren't you talking more while you're dribbling? It's just, you just figure, just pick a cause, motherfucker.
Able to, speak, read Bibles.
Dangerous.
And Daryl Morey tweeted support for the Hong Kong protest. Yeah. And then LeBron didn't just remain silent, which would be cowardly, but he's a basketball player. I repeat myself. Foul. Yeah, okay. Go play hockey.
You are an omega pussy. Why are you talking about fucking athletes like they're, this is classic fat guy on a couch, dude. This is the most fat guy talking shit about professional athletes that would literally put their nutsacks on your fucking forehead kind of conversation. Maybe that's why he's so appealing to these dumbass chuds all around the world. Like, motherfucker, you're sitting there with like foundation on your face, wearing fucking holsters, talking like you're a big tough guy, shitting on one of the greatest athletes of all time, dude. Literally one of the most athletic individuals of all fucking time. Basketball is no contact sport. It's like, dude. Shut the fuck up.
Hockey for you won't. Yeah. They go through the season and they don't even replace their teeth.
Yeah.
Because they know they're just gonna get knocked out again. He touched my wrist. I don't know what it means in basketball. He's a really physical player. No one is allowed to get physical.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
You can kind of bang around down on the paint, but there's a foul called.
There are more injuries in basketball than in their sport.
It's just classic, hot couch guy take, dude. Bro, fucking basketball's not even physical, bro. Like, unlike hockey, basketball's not even physical, bro. These guys are pussies, dude. I want full contact in my sport, dude. Fuck.
Well, yeah, because it's a sport full of pussies. So, the Houston Rockets owner tweeted about the Hong Kong protests, and then LeBron James, not only being a coward silent, he spoke out against people who were supporting the Hong Kong people.
I believe he wasn't educated on the situation at hand. So many people could have been harmed, not only financially, but physically, emotionally, spiritually.
He will never recover from this in the eyes of chuds. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Chuds already fucking hate him. But, like, it is a ridiculous, like, if you're not going to interfere in the matter, just don't say anything. Like, it's so stupid. Like, I will not defend LeBron on this take at all. As much as I am a LeBron simp and a LeBron stan, most people don't give a shit anyway. Like, Buddha is a great example of someone who literally does not give a shit. If I was like, LeBron loves China, he'd be like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, whatever. I love China too if LeBron loves it. This is like one of those takes was I, as someone who has a lot of political opinions and don't mind when athletes have or give their take on political opinions, this is not a good take. It's just a fucking bad take. Let's be real.
What? So just be careful what we tweet and we say. We do have freedom of speech, but there can be a lot of negative that comes with that too.
Well, actually, the point is they don't have freedom of speech. That's kind of why they're protesting. And that's kind of why they need support. You're saying,
oh my God, can you imagine Steven Crowder having this take unironically about Black Lives Matter protesters? Of course not. I have talked time and time again. I've made entire YouTube videos that you can watch about the Hong Kong protesters against the brutal and oppressive Chinese police state and the tactics that they utilized, by the way, in Hong Kong that were not dissimilar to the tactics that BLM protesters utilized here in the United States. But the reason why Steven Crowder does not give a fuck about liberation in any form is because he's just using it as a talking point. Hong Kong good because it's against China. American BLM movement bad because it's black people against the American police state, which is something that Steven Crowder likes, expects, and enjoys. So fucking bullshit. The reality is conservatives don't give a fuck about China. They don't give a fuck about Hong Kong. They're just using it as a talking point.
Saying we have freedom of speech, but there are consequences. Well, hold on. You're silencing freedom of speech. You're talking about abuses of the system here in the United States. We are talking about by the way, this also ties into the World Health Organization, China refusing to acknowledge even Taiwan at all.
Yeah.
I mean, just let's be honest. When people want us to constantly fear Russia, which is something that people run with, this collusion, of course, none of that happened. China is not just the biggest adversary of the United States right now, the biggest adversary of the free world and their own people. I use the term Chi-Coms. You know why Chi-Coms? Because it's not racist. Because it's the Chinese Communist Party. And you know what? No one hurts the Chinese people more than the filthy damn Chi-Coms.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. And I love how he led off there with not only financially, like, this is really all about money, guys, but hey, they can also be hurt. Now, God, I have to list 5 ways now. Let's include spiritually because that sounds good.
You know.
It's like,
I don't think athletes should talk, and that includes Gerald.
Yeah. Damn you, Dave.
Basically.
Bro, in the same conversation, he said, why is he talking about BLM? I can't believe he's not talking about Hong Kong and shut up and dribble. Yeah, he's all over the place because he doesn't actually have a fucking take. He doesn't actually have a consistent worldview. He doesn't have a position on this. He's just like, black man speaking politics bad. Politics no agree with me. He must be bad. Shut up. O.J. Simpson speaks on LeBron James defending Ma'Khia Bryant.
Hey, Twitter world, it's me, yours truly. Tough morning listening to all the criticism that LeBron James is getting.
LeBron James.
I'm a fan of LeBron. I admire the work that he's done, how he's helped his community and how he's helped his friends and how he's been fighting all of these social issues, especially that of systemic racism in the legal system and with the police departments around our country. But you can't fight every battle. You know, you can't, you got to pick your battles. I mean, it's a war that must be fought, but sometimes you need to take your time and be a little more patient before you comment on some of these bad incidences that are happening with police departments. This one, LeBron should have waited. I'm a little upset with most of the media because they showed us edited versions of what took place with the girl with the knife. They made it sound as if this was another police officer overreacting and killing a young black American.
Listen, OJ knows a thing or two about killing, okay? Just saying. He knows a thing or two about killing with a knife, okay? Literally, if there is a person who has first-hand knowledge of murdering people with knives, like, he could be an expert witness. You know how in court you're like, well, I'm not at liberty to give expert testimony. I'm not a knife expert. OJ, literally an expert at knives and murdering people with knives. Allegedly, of course. Allegedly.
From what I saw when I saw the full tape, the police guy had no choice. He responded. We wish he could have pulled a taser. We wish he could have done it in another way. But in that instance, if he hadn't done what he did, it appeared to me if another young American would have had her life taken. And hey, I can't fault what he did. I wish it was different, but I can't fault it. But LeBron, keep fighting the fight. I think we all got to be a little more patient. I'm against defunding the police. I think you just got to redirect.
OJ's against defunding the police, dude. Oh, that's how you know. That's why he said, I'm not black, I'm OJ, dude. He's so rich. Or he was at the time, and he still has the rich person mentality where he's just like, no, sir.
Some of those funds, the better training, and maybe dealing with more psychological training. In any event,
listen, when I want to hear a fucking take about the criminal justice system, OJ's the last person that I want to hear it from, okay?
God bless. Wear your mask, get your shots. I'm just saying.
World and gun deaths? Oh my God. Are they going to say like El Salvador? Is this going to be an entire fucking conversation about Joe Rogan realizing that Latin American countries exist or something? God, is this another pre-watch Andy moment? I don't know. We'll see.
The Joe Rogan Experience.